And we welcome you back to the Union broadcast booth. Day number 1 of the 2023 Single A State Tournament almost in the books. We still have got the nightcap coming up, and it'll feature the number 1 team out of the West, the Powell Pioneers, taking on the host team, the number 4 seed out of the East, the Sheridan Jets. Good evening, everybody. Elin Olive coming to you live from the Union broadcast booth, and it's been a fun day of baseball. We'll recap what has happened throughout day number 1. We come back after this as you're tuned in to this one. We'll also have opening ceremonies starting momentarily. So we'll be right back after this. You're tuned in to First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
Back to feeling your best with Evanston Regional Hospital Physical Therapy. If you find yourself struggling with pain or limited mobility in your everyday life, your recovery starts here. With a personalized treatment plan just for you, our experienced physical therapists will help you every step of the way to reach your goals and get back to doing what you love. Call us today to schedule an appointment. Evanston Regional Hospital, helping you get your life back.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District Number 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Fresh and flavorful ingredients are what makes the best restaurants great. At El Paso All-American and Mexican Restaurant, each entree is prepared with only the freshest and tastiest ingredients. The menu includes everything from tacos to steak, fresh fruit waffles to omelets, and mouth-watering burgers to sandwiches. Come in and enjoy a meal today at the new El Paso All-American and Mexican Restaurant inside the log cabin on Bear River Drive.
So we have a very special scene set for you today. We have our opening ceremonies. So we will go ahead and go to the PA announcer so we can enjoy that. So here that is.
Next we have the Casper Drillers, coached by TJ Middlestab and Charlie Leisman. The Green River Knights, coached by Ben Leal, Cole Marquez, Nathaniel Leibel, and Brandon Peterson. The Douglas Cats, coached by Travis Mortimer and Dustin Boyson and Carson Selk. The Lovell Mustangs, coached by Mike Jameson, Ray Braille, and Coach Wilson. The Torrington Tigers, coached by Jackson Jones and Sam Furmanhawk. we have the Powell Pioneers, coached by Jason Borders, Corey Ostermiller, and Ryan Brown. And finally, your Sheridan Jets, coached by Cody Cook and Caden Steele. Fans, this is your 2023 American Legion Baseball A State Championship Tournament teams. Congratulations to all the players who made first and second team all-conference. Next, we're going to introduce the umpires. The chief umpire is Nevin Jacobs from Powell. Clint Fernandez from Casper. Doug Hall from Casper. Lance Hunt from Green River. Chris Rhodes from Gillette. And Frisco Saunders from Riverton. We're going to do the code of sportsmanship. Players, please remove hats and repeat after me. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under in victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Fans, please rise and welcome the American Legion Post 7 and VFW Post 1560 Honor Guard, who will please post the colors. Also, please welcome Just Harmony, who will be singing the national anthem. Sheridan and Powell will be playing at 7 p.m.
Opening ceremonies in the books as we are ready to continue the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com. Our scene set today brought to you by El Paso All-American Mexican Restaurant. El Paso, the best in the West. And it's going to be the best in the West taking on the number 4 seed out of the East. It's Powell versus Sheridan. Earlier today, we saw wins by Cody over the Torrington Tigers. Final score 10-3. Douglas Cats walking off the Green River Knights 10-9. And then just about an hour ago saw the end of a great pitchers matchup between Casper and Lovell, where the Drillers held on to a 2-1 victory over the Mustangs. That is our scene set today, brought to you by El Paso All-American Mexican Restaurant. El Paso, the best in the West. We cannot do this without our partners at Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. We've got an interview with Mr. Cody Beers of the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. Right after this, you're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Napa know-how isn't just for guys like this. Power tools. Every driver deserves quality parts. Practical and cool. So you can do it yourself with Napa Auto Parts or get it done for you at a Napa Auto Care Center. Which means Napa know-how is for you, karaoke car lady. And never popped a hood guy?
I can pop a hood.
You too, Mr. Park a mile away. Oh yeah. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how. Covalos, your one-stop farm and auto shop.
Helping young people grow into productive adults is like putting a puzzle together. Each aspect of life is equal to one puzzle piece. Restful sleep, a healthy breakfast, a positive experience at home before school sets the tone for the whole day. Positive student interaction with teachers, district staff, coaches, and peers all add to the puzzle. At Uinta County School District Number 6, we work hard to make each puzzle piece meaningful and powerful for every student. By working together, we can help every student grow into a masterpiece. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
Hey there, I'm Jake Major, your local Medicare and insurance benefits advisor for the Bullock Agency of Wyoming. With over 25 years of experience protecting families in rural America, we understand the importance of having affordable insurance coverage. Whether you're searching for extra coverage or looking to understand and switch your Medicare options, I can help you find a range of top-rated insurance companies and tailor-made packages based on your needs. Call me, Jake Major, today at 307-209-4685 and let's discuss your insurance options. We're the Bullock Agency of Wyoming when benefits matter.
Welcome back to the Union broadcast booth. Up next in our pregame
here with Cody
show,
Beers, he is
we have a interview with Mr. Cody Beers of the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. As in a second, making sure that's queued to go. By the way, that interview brought to you by Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming. Usually he's our Coach's Show sponsor, but with it being tournament play, we don't have time to get interviews and do a Coach's Show. But we do have a chance to hear from Mr. Cody Beers of the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition, and here's that conversation him and Aaron Poling I had with him.
Here with Cody Beers, he is the public relations specialist with WYDOT, as well as a member of the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition and a big fan of American Legion Baseball, of course. Cody, you were the state chairman for a number of years, and here we are at state tournament time, and of course, our state tournament broadcast brought to everybody by people at the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition and Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. And Cody, you know, Wyoming is unique in the fact that it's not irregular to travel 4 hours one way to a game. So really getting the word out there to buckle up those seatbelts and make sure you arrive not only at the game safe, but back home safe. It's really important to get that word out there.
Well, when you talk baseball from people around the region, across the country, that road trip emphasis in Wyoming, it's very difficult for people to understand. Because you're right. I mean, it's common to climb in a bus with your kids if you're a Legion coach in Wyoming and, drive from Powell to Green River or Douglas to Cheyenne and back. I mean, Douglas to Cody and back. Long drives, good baseball, but then that road trip home requires a lot of Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke, and a lot of sunflower seeds for the coach, because often the coach has to drive the team to the game, coach the doubleheader, and then drive back home while the players are sleeping. So it's long road trips. It's good baseball, but that's life in Wyoming, and we embrace it. I mean, we are in state tournament season. Just had a walk-off of Cheyenne beat Jackson in the C state championship game. And so, I mean, it's an exciting time of the year, and I'd just like to encourage everyone to, get there safely by buckling your seatbelt, and then get back home safely by buckling that seatbelt. Every ride, every time, it's that important.
So, as a former chairman of American Legion Baseball, what does tournament time mean to you?
Well, tournament time is, the culmination of everything that starts back in January or February for these teams. The preseason work in the winter, getting up, scraping your windows, heading into the indoor practice facility and doing your work in the preseason for that short 2-month season, basically, May, June into July, often, 2 to 3 month season in Wyoming. So a lot of preparation, both from a administrative standpoint and a coaching standpoint, and of course from a fundraising standpoint, because American Legion Baseball is kind of pay to play venue in Wyoming. So people, they don't understand that all this effort goes in before the season, after the season. They just see the regular season games and then state tournament games being played. So just know that, these towns, the town teams, the coaches, the boards, most of it volunteer, even though the coaches are paid somewhat. Some teams don't pay their coaches in Wyoming, and give a tip of the hat to those people. But it just creates a lot of admiration from guys like me who've been doing this thing for 20, 30 years. To keep baseball alive in Wyoming, it's a big deal, and these towns support their kids, and the businesses support their kids, and it wouldn't be possible for you guys to be broadcasting it without the support of all the sponsors, the advertisers, the families, and of course your radio stations. So we appreciate everything that you guys are about, and we appreciate this group of folks in Wyoming that loves baseball and keeps it going from year to year.
You talked a little bit about how important it is for the players and the coaches, of course, to buckle up every ride, every time. But also the unsung heroes of this whole thing are the parents. I mean, they're traveling by themselves. They're putting their hard-earned money into hotel rooms and giving up their weekends to go and support their players. Can we talk a little bit about the dedication that we see from the people that are not inside the dugout, but instead it's the people that fill up the stands?
Well, that goes without saying that these parents are dishing out hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to see their sons play American Legion Baseball, to watch, to help, to bring an extra case of water or Gatorade along and just support what these teams are trying to accomplish. And that's a a possible trip to the regional at the A level, and of course at AA, the Legion World Series. It's a big commitment by families, by kids, by parents, all across Wyoming, from Jackson to Gillette to Cheyenne to Wheatland, down in the southwest corner to Evanston, up in the central part of the state where Lander has rejoined Legion Baseball, on up to Powell and Lovell. I mean, it's just a big commitment, and so everybody comes together. I've heard more of the idea that people are renting houses together, staying together even in these tournaments, because, man, it is a big hit on the wallet every year. And for kids to keep playing baseball, there's an opportunity to play after high school for some of these kids. But for the most part, I mean, this is their opportunity to play a great game, build friends for life, and travel Wyoming and see the sights. And I can't think of a better way to do that than by being safe, buckling that seatbelt, making sure that we all arrive safely to and from, these games, these tournaments, watching out for each other and communicating and, just being safe. And that's really what it's about. I mean, go out, compete at the highest level, and then return home safely to your regular life, but use your skills you've built in baseball. That translates very well to football, basketball, wrestling, swimming, the gamut of high school sports. Baseball, while it's not a high school sanctioned sport in Wyoming, is still a really big deal. If you talk to college recruiters and people interested in recruiting that multi-sport athlete that has many different skills, baseball plays a big role in that.
That is Cody Beers with the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. Cody, thank you so much for your support. Without you guys, we definitely could not be broadcasting these state tournaments. Anything else before we wrap it up?
Well, just ask the people every time, every ride, when you climb in that vehicle, click that seatbelt. And whether you're going to the store, whether you're going to a baseball game or a tournament clear across the state, be safe and watch out and drive defensively, because this time of year there's a lot of people out there on the road. So let's take care of each other and, go Wyoming baseball.
Thank you to Cody Beers of the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition for joining us on the pregame show, brought to you by Big Country Properties. Bobby Dolezal, we make it happen, 307-782-3556. Again, that interview brought to you by Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming. For When Benefits Matter, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have the keys to the game. It is Powell versus Sheridan. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament, live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming.
I don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, I'm filled with anxiety. Do I have enough money? Meat prices have doubled. How can I ever work on food storage when I can hardly afford food for this week? Wyoming Wild Meats in Lyman is the solution. Weekly specials are posted on Facebook. Beef, pork, chicken for one meal or a mixed order to fill the freezer. You will find quality Gosner cheese and milk products and delicious bread. Because overhead is low, the savings are passed to every customer. Wyoming Wild Meats, offering fresh domestic meats.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
It's a great time to check out the digital banking options at Trona Valley Federal Credit Union and skip the trip. Members who enroll in digital banking can make deposits remotely, check bank balances, transfer money between accounts, make loan payments, and use automatic bill pay options. You can even connect Quicken or QuickBooks to your Trona Valley digital banking accounts. Learn how digital banking with Trona Valley Federal Credit Union can make your life simpler. Stop in today. Member NCUA. Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication, including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
Welcome back to the Union Broadcast Booth. It's time for Keys to the Game. Brought to you by Ellingford Brothers. For our cement, sand, and gravel, contact Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, 307-789-1515. They also have a metal shop where you can get your critter ladders, cement troughs, and cattle guards as well. Well, the number 1 team in the West, the Powell Pioneers, take on the number 4 team, the Sheridan Jets, looking up to see if they have matched up with each other before. But Powell has kind of been a wrecking crew in the single A. They look like the team to beat coming into this tournament. But we are in the state tournament, and crazy things tend to happen. Powell has not lost a game since they lost to the Torrington Tigers 4-5 on Sunday, July 9th. Since then, they've been able to ride through things pretty easily. This is also a team that has played Sheridan before. The Sheridan Troopers, that is, and lost back-to-back one-run games against them. Looking to see if they've played this Sheridan Jets club. And they have. Lost the first game back on June 4th, 4-6, but 10-runned them in the second game, 13-3. So, depends on what happens with this one. In the loss game, the one the Jets won, I should say, Brock Johnson went 0 for 4. And Dalton Wolfstall took the loss, pitching 1 inning in relief, allowing 2 hits, 4 runs. Only one of them earned 2 walks and 1 strikeout. Greer for the Jets goes the whole game, 9 hits, 4 runs. They were earned, 1 walk to 2 strikeouts. But in that 13-3 game, the Pioneers pitched Aiden Greenwald. He got the win. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 runs. They were earned, 3 walks to 2 strikeouts. And 3 pitchers used for the Sheridan Jets. Lamb takes the loss, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk to 2 strikeouts in that 13-3 win for the Powell Pioneers. That was ended, by the way, in the top of the 5th inning, so 4.5 innings through that one. Well, we are about 20 minutes away from the first pitch. When we come back, we'll give you our team intro for these two teams. It's Powell and Sheridan facing off in the final game of day number 1. It's the 2023 Single A State Tournament, live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When you get to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. Best Western Dunmar Inn, Evanston.
I'm Officer Kevin Malatesta, Public Information Officer for the Cheyenne Police Department. Cheyenne Police Department, for the May mobilization, is really looking for people who aren't seatbelted in their cars. It's a secondary violation in Wyoming, but as we make traffic stops for speeding, cell phones, whatever it may be. We're going to be looking to make sure that people have their seatbelts on. As we've gone over, seatbelts do save lives, and way too many people in Wyoming aren't wearing them. We want to make sure that people get home safely, get to see their families again. So if they're involved in a car accident and that seatbelt is on, there's a much higher likelihood of that person making it through that accident, making it through without injuries even. When we have crashes without seatbelts, the consequences are much more severe.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uinta County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
Early mornings, tired muscles, pride, and grit. At Varsity Inc., we know how much work goes into building competitive teams. We work hard providing the gear you need to celebrate the teams you love. Be your athlete's biggest fan in apparel from Varsity Inc. Come in today, 926 Main Street, Evanston.
I want to thank you for joining me live on mylocalradio.com. Union broadcast booth. Elon Olive soon will be turning it over to the one and only Scott Mangold. He'll be giving us the play-by-play on this one. Meanwhile, happening on the other side of the state over in Teton County, the Jackson Giants are eliminated by the Laramie Rangers. The Sheridan Troopers, number 1 seed, falls in the elimination game to Gillette. And in a few minutes, the broadcast for Casper and Cheyenne, winner of that game, will be guaranteed a spot in the championship game on Saturday. But Casper kind of having a bit of an explosion of a game this state tournament. But then there were 4. We're going to have 4 teams tomorrow. It'll be Casper, Cheyenne, Gillette, and Laramie, all making it to day number 4 of the AA state championship. I don't have the bracket in front of me, but if I was to take a guess on who Post 6 was going to play, it would probably be, well, it could be Gillette or Laramie. Could get really, really interesting there on day number 2, or day number 4, rather. Jake Nichols and Aaron Pulling will be over there in a few minutes. And, man, you look at how things are going here. But let's go ahead and go to our Varsity Inc. team intros, brought to you by Varsity Inc. Get all your Evanston Red Devil gear at Varsity Inc. on Main Street in downtown Evanston. Great time to get ready for the fall sports season. Football and volleyball start Friday, August 25th. Evanston will welcome the Ben Lomond Scots to K. Fackrell Stadium. 4th year in a row, actually, that will be the final, or the first game of the season. The last 2 years it's been in Ben Lomond, and they've ended splitting it 1-1. And it's been a lot of fun to watch that series. Splitting 1-1 over the last 2 years, 2-point conversion being the difference in both of those games. So if you're a high school football fan, I encourage you to join us for that one. Evanston volleyball going to get started on mylocalradio.com and our radio station KNYN 99.1 FM if you're in the Evanston area. It'll be the Cokeville Invite for the Evanston Red Devils taking place August 25th and the 26th. And it'll be my pleasure to bring you the action through all those. On to the team intros brought to you by Varsity Inc. Varsity Inc., we're on your team. And when you look at the Powell Pioneers, man, Jet Schwann, Dalton Worstel, Jacob Gibson are your starting pitcher tonight. Brock Johnson, Trey Stenderson, 2 homers in the district tournament. And, of course, Aiden Greenwald. Also, for the Powell Pioneers, you cannot forget about number 25, Kate Queen. He is the Single A West Player of the Year. A lot of familiar last names if you're familiar with Sheridan baseball. Hamrick, Phillips, Inman, as well as Madry, Leach, and Greer. A lot of names that you know and you love if you are a fan of Sheridan Jets baseball. Those are our team intros brought to you by Varsity Inc. Varsity Inc. We're on your team, and we are getting ready for the start of this one. Still, because of the opening ceremonies, we got on the air a little bit earlier. Still about 14 minutes away from first pitch. Sheridan will be the designated road team in their powder blues, even though we are playing here at Ernie Rontellini Field at Thorne-Rider Ballpark. Powell Pioneers come in with a record of 41 wins and only 17 losses. Sheridan Jets, they are looking to pull off the first upset of the tournament. Come in 19 wins, 31 losses. They're the number 4 seed in the East. Oh, we gotta reset the Heritage Chevrolet of Evanston scoreboard. Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard, rather. So, getting ready for the top of the first inning coming up in about 15 minutes. If you're just joining us, we talked about what happened earlier in the tournament, of course. You had the Cody Cubs taking down the number 3 team in the East, the Torrington Tigers. Final score 10-3 Cody. Then the next game was a walk-off victory for the number 1 team out of the East, surviving against the number 1 team in the West. And, of course, or surviving against the number 4 team in the West, rather. Number 1 team in the East surviving against the number 4 team in the West, 10-9. And then an old-fashioned pitcher's duel between Tanner Hagar, the 16-year-old, and Tucker Jackson, the Lovell star. Final score, Jackson unable to pitch his team to victory. However, a great game by him. But Tanner Hagar gets the winner. It is 2-1. And now we get ready for this first game for the number 1 seed out of the West. It's game number 4 as we get ready to turn it over to Scott Mangold. And here he is.
Again, sun still shining here in Sheridan. And we're ready for state baseball as the Powell Pioneers come in as that number 1 seed after winning the district last week in 2 well-pitched games for the Powell Pioneers, giving up just a run in each game and trying to extend their winning streak here at state against a Sheridan team that they split with this year. Both teams ended up going 2-2 against each other as the Pioneers trying to win the tiebreaker here, but more importantly, advance on to take on Casper. As Casper just finished up in a well-pitched matchup against the Lovell Mustangs, winning that game 2-1. So the winner of this game will take on Casper. The loser will take on the Lovell Bulldogs, or the Mustangs, correction, as the Powell Pioneers get ready for their first game at state. This is your pregame show brought to you by Whitlock Motors. Stop by Whitlock's for campers. Yeah.
Back in the Union broadcast booth. By the way, this concludes our pregame show brought to you by Big Country Properties. Big Country Properties, Bobby Dolzall. We make it happen. Call 307-782-3556 as we turn it back over to the Wyoming Association of Broadcasters Hall of Famer, Scott Mangold.
Closed trailers, dump trailers, utility trailers, new and used, out on the lot for you to check out. And you can find tires as well, even tires for your camper, as they have them at great prices too. And a complete service department. You can get your camper fixed. You can get your diesel pickup fixed. You can get your car fixed too over at Whitlock Motors. So check them out. Go to whitlockmotor.com or stop by and see them just off Bighorn Avenue on Monday through Saturday. Whitlock Motor, where their name means a great deal. Well, for the Powell Pioneers, winning the district this year, Last time they did that was about, well, during 2020 campaign, but they did not win the state tournament, and trying to take that extra step this season by upending maybe Cody, as the Cody Cubs have won it 3 straight times. And Cody earlier today stopping Torrington 10-3, while Douglas beat Green River by a 10-9 score. And so everything going according to plan. The higher seeds coming away with wins so far in the 3 games that we've played. We'll take this 2-minute timeout and come back with a starting lineup after this 2-minute break.
We're going to keep it right here as we are fastly approaching first pick. Big thank you to Scott Mangold for letting us borrow his audio on our video stream on mylocalradio.com. My voice greatly appreciates it. Cody Beers and myself has had a fun time here at the state tournament, as there is the roar for the crowd as the Pioneers take to the field. When Scott Mangold comes back, we'll get our starting lineups for this one. Starting lineups brought to you by Varsity Inc. Varsity Inc. We are on your team. As looks like it'll be Gibson pitching for the Powell Pioneers. So the Jets host team will be playing as the visitors. A lot of energy can follow you through hosting a tournament. We saw this Sheridan Troopers team nearly get a state championship at times last year, almost upsetting the Post 6 Sixers out of Cheyenne. As we wait the start of this one. As they announce the lineups here. Of course, Gibson had the lowest ERA on the team until the beginning of July, so makes sense to throw him out in the postseason opener. Also say it's Cade Queen and Brock Johnson, probably 2 of the other 3. And we'll turn it over to the Hall of Famer, Scott Mangold.
Aiden Greenwald at first, Aiden Wadlock at second, Cade Queen at short, Brock Johnson at third, and left Ryan Cortez, in center Trey Stenerson, and out right Dalton Wurstel. Catcher is Jet Schwann, and pitching this first tournament game will be Jacob Gibson, the right-hander on the hill, as he is second in wins for the Pioneers this season, second in ERA, coming off a tough outing against Cody in his last outing, but the Pioneers did not lose that game as the Pioneers came from behind to win that against Cody 16-11. Will Greer, a right-hander, will step in first, and the Pioneers here at State Baseball as the first pitch taken up high, ball 1. KPOW Powell bringing you Powell Pioneer Baseball. The 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. Thorne-Rider Stadium here in Sheridan, Wyoming. The 1-1 pitch, a breaking pitch that stays high, and it goes to 2-1. Ernie Rodolini Field here. The infield, artificial surface, outfield, grass. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, hit toward the hole. That'll go in for a base hit. So Will Greer with a leadoff single for the Jets, and that'll bring up Blaine Phillips. As the left-hander will come to the plate with a runner at first base and nobody out. As Gibby goes back out of the stretch for the Pioneers. Pioneers wearing their Baltimore Oriole orange uniforms today. Sheridan in their light blue tops and white pants. They squared a bunt and brings it back, swings and misses, strike one. Tanner Hamrick standing on deck for the Jets. Greer taking his lead over at first base for Sheridan. Squares to bunt, brings it back, swings and misses again, strike two. There is a shadow from the stadium overhang covering home plate. So really Gibby pitching out of the sun into the shadow here. This pitch way high, and it goes to 1-2 on Blaine Phillips. One ball, two strikes on Phillips. Runner at first, nobody out. Here goes the runner, take it up high. Here's the throw down, and they got him. Jet Schwan guns down Will Greer on a 2-6 putout, and there's one away. Base is empty, and a 2-2 count on Blaine Phillips. Gibson with a long look in again. Now the 2-2 pitch. Taken outside, I believe, and it goes to 3-2. Now the payoff. Swung on and missed, strike three. As Gibby gets his first strikeout. And two outs, base is empty for Tanner Hamrick. Hamrick, right-handed hitter for the Sheridan Jets. As Gibson with the first pitch, lifted towards center. Stennerson coming in a bit, now makes the catch for out number three.
No score on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. We're going to the bottom of the first, where the number one team in the state, according to the last 307 coaches and media poll, will get their first crack at it. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
At Y-Hi, we are with you is more than just three simple words. It encompasses the principles we live by to serve our members and local communities. So if you're looking to keep your banking relationships local with a partner who will always be there for you, look to us. We're Y-Hi. We're Wyoming. We're with you. Visit yhi.org to learn how you can be a part of something bigger today.
No score going into the bottom of the first on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. We'll go and turn it over to the legendary Scott Mangold.
Will Greer, and pitching this tournament game, Gunnar Lamb, a right-hander on the hill for the Sheridan Jets. Lamb, a 16-year-old for Sheridan. Mostly off-speed stuff coming in during the warm-ups, throwing curveballs. And he will face off against Brock Johnson, first-team All-Conference. Also named again as the Conference Pitcher of the Year. for the third straight time. As he steps in, the right-hander for the Pioneers, leading off the bottom of the first. As the first pitch from Lamb is a fastball, stays high and outside, ball one. Jet Schwan standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 1-0 from Lamb, curveball, catches the corner, called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brock Johnson. The 1-1. Curveball misses inside, and it goes to 2-1. Playing straight away defensively for Sheridan. The 2-1 taken outside corner for a called strike two. And the count evens at 2-2. This pitch lifted to left field, base hit. That heads toward the gap. Johnson's trying for second. He'll go in with a leadoff double. So the Pioneers with something brewing here early. And here comes Jet Schwan. Schwan will step in, right-handed hitter against Lamb. Jason Borders coaching over at third. Corey Ostemiller at first base for the Pioneers. Johnson, good speed, takes his lead at second base for the Pioneers. Lamb out of the stretch. First pitch to Schwanee, and that hits him. As usual, Jet Schwan is plunked. You're thinking he must hug the plate as much as he gets hit. No, he just gets hit. Ball attracts to him. I think that's why he's a catcher. So 2-on, nobody out, and here's the Conference Player of the Year, Cade Queen. Led the team in average, led the team in hits. He steps in with 2 on as the first pitch to Queen. Pop foul and drifting out of play. And it's 0-1 on Cade Queen. Trey Stederson standing on deck. The 0-1 to Queen. Take it outside and low. 1-1. Good speed on the base paths for the Pioneers. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Lamb delivers this outside, and it goes to 2-1. Queen waiting for the 2-1 pitch. Hit out towards center. Camping underneath it is Melder. Brock Johnson tags on the play. He goes into third. And there's one away with runners at the corners. And here's Trey Stennerson. Stennerson's last year Conference Player of the Year. And they're going to call Brock Johnson out as they said he left early. Johnson was looking at the outfielder. So 2 outs and a runner at first. And Stennerson steps in. Lamb with the first pitch, swung on and missed, strike one, at a curveball outside to Trey Stennerson. Aiden Wadeluck standing on deck. This pitch hit out toward left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. So runners at first and second again, this time with 2 outs. And here's Aiden Wanluck. Wanluck had a good district tournament. Good season all around. Surprising was not on first team all conference. As he comes to the plate, left-handed hitter. As the first pitch taken outside, ball 1. This ball fouled off, and it goes to 1-1. Ryan Cortez standing on deck for the Pioneers. Schwann standing at second base. Stenderson at first for the Pioneers. Gunnar Lamb. This pitch taken up high, and it's 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Up high and outside, 3-1. Lamb peering in out of the stretch with a 3-1 pitch. That's up high, ball 4. So the bases are loaded with Pioneers with 2 outs. And time is going to be called. May have a discussion about how they can save on bundling their insurance through Greg McDonald, your farmer's insurance agent in Powell. As they have a discussion, Powell with 2 hits, a hit batter, and a walk, and still no runs. 2 outs, bases juiced with Pioneers. As the entire infield coming in to have that discussion on the hill. This broadcast also brought to you by Patricia Moulton, your New York Life agent in Powell. So Ryan Cortez will step in for the Pioneers. Playing in his final state tournament. As he steps to the plate, trying to get the Pioneers on the down-home discount scoreboard. First pitch taken inside, ball 1. Dalton Worstel standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 1-0. Taken outside, 2-0. Schwann standing at third, Stenderson at second, Wanluck at first for the Pioneers. A 2-0 pitch now to Ryan Cortez. Right down the middle for a called strike 1. And it goes to 2-1. Lamb with the 2-1 pitch. Curveball that stays high. Cortez ready to throw the bat and take his base, but that's only ball 3. And it's 3-1. Now the 3-1 pitch. Ripped foul and heading out of play. So the runners will take off with a full count on Ryan Cortez. Bases loaded. Lamb staying out of the stretch for Sheridan. The payoff up high, ball 4. And the Pioneers have taken the lead. As Schwanny comes in to score. And the inning continues for Dalton Worstel. Worstel, the 7th batter to come to the plate here in the first inning. As he steps into the shadow of the batter's box. Lamb stays out of the stretch. First pitch. Bloop towards short. That'll be caught, and that will end the inning.
Powell strikes first in our final game of day one. It's Powell 1, Sheridan nothing on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. We'll be right back with inning number 2 right after this. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
I buckle up because there's been too many fatalities around our house where somebody would have survived if they'd been wearing their seatbelt.
I definitely wear my seatbelt to keep him safe. I wear it just for safety.
I buckle up because my mom makes me.
I buckle up to set a good example for my kids and to make sure they stay safe.
Getting home safe to my family.
I buckle up because it keeps me safe. Go Pups, buckle up!
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District Number 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Do some good for yourself. Give your home a new look. At Kazine's Furniture in Evanston, their friendly staff will help you make your home a peaceful and beautiful place to be. Comfortable furniture, appliances, artwork, lighting, and accessories work together to create an enjoyable and inviting atmosphere in your home. Make your living and sleeping space a wonderful place to be. With brands like Serta, Ashley, GE, and more, visit Kazine's Furniture at 941 Front Street in Evanston.
Kazine's Ace Fan Cam brought to you by Kazine's Ace and Furniture. To the closer fan bases here to Sheridan. Of course, Sheridan, the home team, and Powell just over the mountain as this one is hit towards short. Queen throws over to first in time for out number 1, and will turn it back over to the Hall of Famer, Scott Mangold.
Second inning. 1-0 on the down-home discount scoreboard. Pioneers leading it here in the top of the second. Sheridan's Ethan Arias, the first baseman, will step in. Another right-handed hitter for the Jets. Gibson out of the stretch with the bases empty. Is this pitch on the way? Hit toward Waddleluck, bounces off of Waddleluck, and he'll be safe. So the first error of the game goes to the Pioneers as Waddleluck sort of between, well, wanted to take it on a short hop as he raced in, and it bounced off his glove. Here's Dominique DeFano, right-handed hitter. So Sheridan again with traffic here in the top of the second with 1 out. As the pitch from Gibby taken for a called strike 1. Ty Leach standing on deck for the Jets. The 0-1 pitch now from Gibson. Looping curve that stays way high. And it goes to 1-1. Sheridan's already had a base runner thrown out by Jet Schwann. As Arias takes his lead at first. The 1-1 pitch now from Gibson. Hit toward short. Grabbed by Queen on the fly. And there's 2 away. Sort of a weak liner to Queen. And that brings up Ty Leach with 2 outs. He'll step up. Right-handed hitter for the Jets. As Gibson with the first pitch, missing outside, ball 1. Carter Maslowski on deck with 2 outs for Sheridan. The 1-0 from Gibson. Bloop to right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. So runners at first and second for the Jets. And here's Maslowski. The left fielder will step in with a runner in scoring position for Sheridan. As Gibson takes a look. The pitch, fastball low, ball one. Jack Megger standing on deck for Sheridan. This pitch swung on and missed, strike one. Correction, Jack Melger on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike on Maslowski. Now the pitch. Curveball over his head, and Gibson has not been able to throw that curve against Sheridan. Usually a looping curve that drops in, but he's not even coming close with it. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike two. As the count goes even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at first and second for Sheridan. Gibby peers in, the 2-2. Curveball stays high, and the count goes full. So the runners will get a jump again. This time for Sheridan, a 3-2 count on Maslowski. The pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3.
Great showing from Gibson here in the top of the second. 1-0. Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. We're off to the bottom of the second. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com. Presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
One-run lead for Powell coming into the bottom of the second on the Heritage Chevrolet of Evanston scoreboard. Lamb out there to pitch inning number 2. And inning number 1, Lamb, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks to no strikeouts. As we turn it back over to Scott Mangold.
After having lots of traffic in that first inning, but could get only 1 run. They'll bring their 8, 9, and 1 hitters up to face off against Gunnar Lamb. As Aiden Greenwald will lead things off for the Pioneers. Right-handed hitter for Powell, batting in the number 8 spot. As the first pitch taken for a called strike 1. Jacob Gibson on deck for the Pioneers. The 0-1 taken low as it bounces in. As the count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch taken at the knees for a called strike 2. As Greenwald steps back in, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Aiden Greenwald. Lamb out of the stretch, bounces it in. And it goes to 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Lifted towards short, racing in the center fielder. He'll come in and make the catch as Melger makes that one, and it's one away for Gibson. Gibson batting in the number 9 spot in the order. Showing some life at the plate here in the last few games. He's batted as he takes a breaking pitch in for a called strike one. Brock Johnson standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 0-1 swung on and missed, strike two, and it's 0-2 on Gibson. Now the 0-2 pitch, fouled into the glove and out of the glove as Greer couldn't hold on to it. So Gibson stays alive at 0-2. Now the pitch, hit towards center, base hit. So Gebby with a one-out single will bring up Brock Johnson, who doubled leading off the bottom of the first, but was called out when the field umpire said he didn't tag up on a fly ball. So all the Powell fans disagreed with that call. Gibson takes his lead over at first as this pitch taken for a called strike one. Jad Schwann standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 0-1 outside, and it goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brock Johnson. Gibson takes his lead at first as the 1-1 pitch taken outside. 2-1. Gibson not blazing speed at first, but does have his sliding glove on. The pitch taken high and in, throw back to first, not in time, and it's 3-1 on Brock Johnson. Gibson broke a finger on his right hand sliding last year, jamming it against the base, so now wears that sliding glove. This pitch, bloop foul, and off of the standard. And the count goes full on Brock Johnson. Lamb peering in with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. The pitch, pop foul again, and it stays at 3-2. Pioneers leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning with 1 out, runner at first. Lamb out of the stretch, the 3-2. Hit to the right side, base hit. Gebby's going to stop at second as Brock Johnson with his second hit of the game. With 1 out, here comes Schwann. Jet Schwann scoring the game's only run after he was hit by a pitch in that first inning. As time is called, again, they'll have a discussion out on the hill. Our broadcast today brought to you by First Choice Imaging and by Sage Wealth Management, bringing you the Pioneers today on KPLW. 1 out for Schwann as he steps to the plate. Gibson at second, Johnson at first for the Pioneers. As the pitch from Lamb taken on the outside corner for a called strike one. Cade Queen standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 0-1 pitch bounces in and gobbled up by Greer, the catcher. And it's 1-1. Cade Queen standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 1-1. Fouled off and heading out of play, and it goes to 1-2 on Jet Schwan. Back-to-back singles for the Pioneers with one out. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Schwan. The pitch bounces in, and again Greer has that bounce off his chest protector as the count goes even at 2-2. Now the pitch. Lifted foul, and Schwanee battling there as that was a questionable if strike. So he just got rid of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jet Schwan. The pitch from Lamb. Hit toward the hole, base hit. Gibby will take the turn. He'll come in to score. An RBI single by Jet Schwan, and the Pioneers take a 2-0 lead. Johnson goes into third base on the throw-in. As he just kept going. So now runners at the corners, and here's Cade Queen. He flew out to center field his first time up, and here comes another meeting on the hill in a discussion with Lamb, and he will stay in the game. He tried to give the baseball away, but coach wasn't going to take it. They're discussing how maybe they can sell their home through Elite West Realty and Nicole Rodriguez-Brown. Now he is coming out of the game, so we'll take this 2-minute timeout.
Lamb comes out of the game pitching an inning and a third. Bases cornered for the Pioneers. They lead 2-0 going into this part of the inning. We're going to keep it right here, actually, as Cade Queen gets ready to come in. So you can't close the book on Lamb yet. But through an inning and a third, he's responsible for the 2 on. 5 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 2 walks to no strikeouts. A total of 46 pitches. So coach might be wanting to save him for later on in the season, as it looks like it's a new pitcher is going to be Glenos Lobach. So for the Jets, that is Nick Glenos Lobach, the new pitcher for the Sheridan Jets. Don't have stats on him, but tall right-hander. As we're just going to stick it right here throughout the warm-up pitches right now, but really impressed with the Powell Pioneers, up 2-0, only 1 down, a chance to bring in 3 in this inning. As Lobach warming up, as they'll send Queen back to first, Johnson over on third. As it's a good-looking crowd here in Sheridan. Expect nothing more on a Wednesday night primetime game featuring their very own team. So it looks like Stenerson will coming in. We'll take you to Scott Mangold.
Now pitch for Sheridan, right-handed pitcher. So he takes over for Lamb. Lamb lasts 1 1/3, and he fires a strike in to Cade Queen. Runners at first and third for the Pioneers with 1 out. As Queen, right-hander against right-hander here. As the pitch taken at the knees for a called strike 2. Right at the bottom of the strike zone. 2 pitches to Cade Queen, and it's 0-2. Schwann looking over at the coach. Now the 0-2 pitch. Lifted to left field, base hit. Schwann keeps running. He'll head into third base. That ball bounces in. There goes Queen advancing to second on the throw. An RBI single for Cade Queen. And the Pioneers now with a 3-0 lead. So here's Trey Stenderson. He singled his first time up. Leading Class A with 13 home runs this year. As the first pitch to Stenderson, low and outside, ball 1. Aiden Wanaluk standing on deck for the Pioneers. That run, the responsibility of Lamb, as this ball swung on and missed, strike 1. Stenderson with a 1-1. Chopper hit back to the mound. Picked up by the pitcher. He'll fire it over to first. Here comes Schwann in to score as he dives into the plate. Queen advances to third on the play. So it'll be a 1-3 put out, but an RBI for Trey Stenderson. And that will close the book on Lamb. 4-0 Pioneers as Aiden Wanaluk steps in with a runner at third and takes a ball inside. Wanaluk walked his first time up, with Ryan Cortez standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 1-0. That's inside, 2-0. Nicholas Kalinos Lobach. The pitch taken for a called strike, and it goes to 2-1 on Aiden Wanaluk. Now the pitch. Bloop toward second, camping underneath it on the pop-up, and that will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Powell with 3 runs in the inning.
Well, Powell up 4-0 on the Heritage Chevrolet of Evanston scoreboard. We go to the third inning, brought to you by Uinta Eye and Vision. Right after this, you're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
The best trips away from home always come when you know you're among friends. This is Coulter Patterson, General Manager at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. I invite you to stay with us every time you're here. We've got the absolute best staff. Lots of our team members have been working together for years, and we feel like we're a happy family. I guarantee you'll feel that when you come stay with us. We're always glad that you choose the Come On In, and we'll do everything to make your stay comfortable and relaxing. The Come On In Hotel and Suites is the best place to stay because we have the best staff in Casper. Come on in today.
Trust, hard work, and experience is what you'll find at Brian's Muffler Shop in Evanston. Quality work at a great price. Brian's Muffler is the perfect fit for oil changes, stock and performance mufflers, and Anderson hitches and accessories. Call Brian's Muffler today, 789-7021.
Dad, I heard that human eyes can distinguish between 1 to 10 million different colors. Is that true?
That is true. The human eye is amazing. We use our eyes not only to work and learn, but also to simply enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. At Uinta Eye and Vision, we care about each individual's eye health needs. Whether a person is looking for computer glasses, polarized sunglasses to assist in outdoor hobbies, contact lenses, or has general eye health needs, we are here to listen to our patients' thoughts and concerns to help them enjoy their amazing eyes.
Call today to schedule an appointment. 789-3937.
Can officially close the book on Lamb. An inning and a third, 5 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned, 2 walks and no strikeouts. Top of the third inning, brought to you by Uinta Eye and Vision. It's Powell 4, Sheridan nothing on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. Here is Scott Mangold.
Taken for a called strike 1. Troopers were eliminated by Gillette. Sort of drew a tough, some tough games at State, even though they were number 1 seed. This ball way outside, 1-1 on Melger. Will Greer standing on deck for the Trooper, or for the Jets. Gibson with a 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 as Melger spins inside of the batter's box. Shadow now covering third base. Welcomed by the third baseman playing here. There's that curveball, but he keeps it high, and it goes to 2-2. He's getting closer to it, but he's still been releasing early on it. And it's 2-2 on Jack Melger. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 as Gibby gets his third strikeout. So 1 out, base is empty for Will Greer. He singled his first time up. Later erased by Schwann as he tried to steal second. So Greer steps in for the second time. As the first pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Blaine Phillips standing on deck for the Jets. The 1-0 taken a bit high, and it's 2-0. Pioneer fans were applauding that pitch, but the umpire said came in high. The 2-0 pitch taken for a called strike 1, and it goes to 2-1. 1 out, base is empty here in the top of the third inning. The pitch hit towards second. Wanalock scoops this one up, fires it over to first, and there's 2 away, base is empty for Blaine Phillips. Phillips a strikeout victim back in the first inning. Left-handed hitter.
Up next for Sheridan, number 16, right fielder.
As he steps up with the bases empty and 2 outs. Gibson with the first pitch, fastball hit toward first. Greenwald underhands to Gibson, covering a 3-1 putout, and a clean inning for Gibby. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the
4-0 Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. It's the third inning, brought to you by Uinta Eye and Vision on on the 2023 1A State Tournament, live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
I'm Kendall Roberts with the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. Whether your car is a classic car or a new one, buckle up every time. Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming.
When you have an appointment with the dentist, it's reassuring to know that you're going to be seen by experienced, well-trained professionals. At Bear River Dental in Evanston, Dr. Lester, Dr. Owens, and Dr. Welch check every box. Plus, they're really nice people. Their passion to provide excellent dental care is reflected in everything from state-of-the-art equipment to professional, hard-working staff. Choose the professionals at Bear River Dental, serving patients of all ages. Call today to schedule an appointment.
4-0 Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. Here in the Union broadcast booth, everything else is just internet as the Pioneers look to add to their lead here in the bottom of the third, brought to you by Uinta Eye and Vision, where our vision is to improve yours. Big thank you to Scott Mangold for helping us out, providing play-by-play audio for this game as we await the return, and here he is.
Bottom of the third inning. Powell Pioneers with a 4-0 lead. Powell will send up their 6, 7, and 8 hitters to face off against relief pitcher Nicholas Kleinos Lobach, who came in for Gunnar Land last inning. Ryan Cortez will lead things off. He walked with the bases loaded in the first to give Powell the early 1-0 lead. First pitch lifted to the right-hand side. Drifting back is the right fielder, Blaine Phillips, and he'll make that catch for the first out. Here's Dalton Worstel. He popped up to the shortstop, his first time up, 0 for 1. As he comes to the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. So first pitch taken high and in, ball 1. Aiden Greenwald standing on deck. The 1-0 fouled off at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dalton Worstel as the umpire will allow the catcher to shake that one off. He'll go out and hand the ball to the pitcher. Out of the windup, the pitch popped up. Pitcher calls for it, a little blooper, and there's 2 away for Aiden Greenwald. Popped up to center, his first time up, 0 for 1. As he steps up here in the bottom of the third inning. Powell leading 4-0 on the down-home discount scoreboard. As the first pitch to Greenwald, hit up the middle, that'll go in for a base hit. A 2-out single for Aiden Greenwald, and that'll bring up Jacob Gibson. Gibson singled and scored last inning. As he steps to the plate with 2 outs, runners at first for the Pioneers. Greenwald takes his lead over at first. First pitch from Lobach, taken low and in, ball 1. Brock Johnson standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 1-0, taken inside, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes on Jacob Gibson. They'll check the runner in. Greenwald dives back on the little black rubber pellets around first base on the artificial turf. The 2-0 right down low. This ball thrown down to first, but Greenwald already back, and it's 3-0 on Gibson with Brock Johnson standing on deck. They'll check him again. Greenwald hugs the bag this time. It caught him just sort of leading off, and he doesn't have that big of a lead, but they're really concerned about Greenwald. This pitch taken at the knees for a called strike, and it goes to 3-1 on Jacob Gibson as Glynos Lobach gets back into the count. The 3-1 right down the middle for a called strike 2. So 2 outs, full count. Greenwald will take off from first base as the payoff pitch fouled back to the screen and off of the standard, and it stays at 3-2. Now another 3-2 pitch. Taken down low, ball 4. So runners at first and second with 2 outs. And here's Brock Johnson. He is 2 for 2 so far with a run scored. Doubled in the first, singled last time up. As he steps up with 2 outs. And a runner in scoring position in Greenwald. First pitch to Brock, taken outside, ball 1. Jet Schwan standing on deck for the Pioneers. Now the 1-0 pitch. Up high and in. Throw back to second, and not in time as Greenwald racing back. Guerrero with that snap throw right on the money at second. The 2-0. Lifted toward right field. Phillips racing over in foul territory. Diving for the ball, but comes up short. And Brock Johnson stays alive. 2 balls, 1 strike. Shadow from the stands now extending into toward left field. Still the pitcher pitching out of the sun into the shadow. The 2-1 pitch. Nope, they got Greenwald picked off. Here's a throw down to third, and they got it. As that goes 2-6-5 on the putout.
That ends the Uinta Iron Vision third inning. It's 4-0 Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on MyLocalRadio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
Dad, I heard that human eyes can distinguish between 1 to 10 million different colors. Is that true?
That is true. The human eye is amazing. We use our eyes not only to work and learn, but also to simply enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. At Uinta Eye and Vision, we care about each individual's eye health needs. Whether a person is looking for computer glasses, polarized sunglasses to assist in outdoor hobbies, contact lenses, or has general eye health needs, we are here to listen to our patients' thoughts and concerns to help them enjoy their amazing eyes.
Call today to schedule an appointment. 789-3937.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions, 133 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cache Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Tanner Hamrick leads things off here in the fourth. First pitch to him outside part of the zone for a called strike. Update from the AA tournament. It is 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Casper on top of the reigning state champion, the Post 6 Sixers. 0-1 to Hamrick. Curveball just misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now we turn it over to Scott Mangold.
Gibson peering in. The 1-1 bounces in. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike on Hamrick. The pitch lifted to left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. As Hamrick with a leadoff single here in the top of the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Madre. Madre ground out to short his first time up, 0 for 1. Big kid. Madre standing in. With nobody out, runner at first base in Hamrick. As the pitch, missing outside, ball 1. Madre, right-handed hitter for the Jets. The 1-0 now from Gibson. Foul back. And the count goes to 1-1 on the Jets DH. Again, the umpire goes out to hand the ball off to Jacob Gibson. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Curveball way high again, and it's 2-1. Hamrick with good speed, still standing over there at first base for the Jets. Gibson, the pitch swung on and missed by Madre, and the count goes to 2-2. Hamrick bluffed that he was going. Two balls, 2 strikes on Madre. Hamrick stepping out a little bit more. The pitch, curveball, bloop foul. And the count stays at 2-2. Danger for Gibby, though, trying to locate that curveball, is hanging the curveball. He's been real high with that pitch so far in this game. The 2-2 pitch hit toward the hole. That will be knocked down by Queen, but it'll be an infield single. So the first 2 are aboard for Sheridan here in the top of the 4th inning. And here's Ethan Arias as he will step in, and time is called as Jason Borders, the manager for the Pioneers, will head out to the hill, and we'll have a pitching change. We'll take this 2-minute timeout.
4-0 Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Risk takers,
adventure seekers, optimists, authentic people with the fire in their belly and greatness in their hearts. You'll find them here, in a place where the spirit of the cowboy lives and thrives.
I am a cowboy. I am a cowboy.
Soy vaquera. The world needs more cowboys.
Aiden Greenwald, the new pitcher for the Powell Pioneers. He inherits runners on first and second. Nobody down as Gibson will go to first. So it's a straight switch between Greenwald and Gibson. So the infield, Gibson at first, Wanalock at second. Brock Johnson at the hot corner, Kate Queen at shortstop, Cordes at left, Stenderson in center, Worstel in right. Elon Olive entertaining you until we can get you over to the Hall of Famer, Scott Mangold. Of course, it's been a pleasure to listen to him call this game. We have every game at the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com. Winner of this game plays Casper tomorrow at 7 p.m. Loser will take on the Lovell Mustangs at 1. Here's Scott Mangold.
First base, Gibson. 3-inning pitch, 4 hits, no runs so far, but responsible for the 2 that are aboard right now. Nobody out, runners at first and second. Ethan Arias steps in. He ground to second his first time up, and that was the only error of the game, as Wanalock misplayed it. As Greenwald with the first pitch taken for a called strike 1. Dominique DeFano standing on deck for the Sheridan Jets. The 0-1 lifted toward the right side, grabbed by Wanalock on the fly, and there's one away. Here's Dominique DeFano. He popped up to short his first time up, 0 for 1. As he steps in with runners at first and second, and now 1 out. Here in the top of the 4th, Powell leading 4-0 on the down-home discount scoreboard. Greenwald out of the stretch, hit towards center. That'll drop in for a base hit. That'll score a run. As the throw comes in, knocked down by Schwann, an RBI single by DeFano. And it's now 4-1 Pioneers. Stopping at second is Madre. And that'll bring up Ty Leach. He singled his first time up. As Greenwald. That run charged to Gibson. Greenwald checks the runner at second. Now the pitch over the head of Ty Leach. And it's 1-0. Carter Maslowski standing on deck for the Sheridan Jets. The 1-0. Pop towards center, racing in. Stenderson dives and makes the catch out in center field. Trey Stenderson. And there's 2 away with runners at first and second, and here's Maslowski. He struck out on a full count his first time up, 0 for 1. 1 of 3 strikeouts for Gibson. As Maslowski steps in, still runners at first and second. As the pitch taken up high, ball 1. Jack Melger standing on deck for the Jets. The 1-0 popped up. Schwanny getting underneath it. He'll make a basket catch, and that will end the inning. Sheridan gets a run on 3 hits. No errors. 2 runners left on.
Score is 4-1 Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. On to the bottom of the 4th. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com. Presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Risk takers, adventure seekers, optimists, authentic people with the fire in their belly and greatness in their hearts. You'll find them here, in a place where the spirit of the cowboy lives and thrives.
I am a cowboy. I am a cowboy.
Soy vaquera. The world needs more cowboys.
Welcome back to the Union broadcast booth. Pioneers lead 4-1 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. Update from Jackson at the AA State Tournament. Top of the 3rd inning, and it's Cheyenne 3, Casper 1. We'll go ahead and kick it back over to Scott Mengold.
Powell the run in the first, 3 in the second. Sheridan finally got their run in the top of this inning, the 4th. Brock Johnson will lead things off. He was at the plate when Greenwald was picked off second. Johnson 2 for 2 with a double in the first and a single and a run scored in the second. The first pitch to Brock, high and in, ball 1. Jet Schwann on deck, then Cade Queen due up for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 1-0 pitch taken for a called strike, and it goes to 1-1. Nicholas Kleinos Lobach, the relief pitcher for the Jets. The pitch taken low and outside, 2-1. Shadow is now completely covered left field. Center and right are still in the sun, so he's short and second. This pitch hit toward third. That'll go in for a base hit. Brock Johnson with a hard single to left. Leading off here in the bottom of the 4th inning with Powell leading 4-1. Here's Schwann. He is 1 for 1. Hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Singled and scored in the second. As he comes to the plate with a runner at first and nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. They'll check the runner, and Brock Johnson, not much of a lead to start with. Both catchers good arms here in this game. This pitch taken inside, and it's 1-0 on Jet Schwann. Cade Queen standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 1-0 pitch now to Schwann. There goes Brock Johnson. A flare to right. That'll drop in for a base hit. Brock will head off to third. As Jet Schwann going the other way, bloops it to right. And now the Pioneers with runners at first and third and nobody out. And here comes Cade Queen, the conference player of the year. He singled in a run last time up. As he steps to the plate, RBI potential here for the Powell Pioneers. Nicholas Kleinos Lobach fires this in. This one's ripped foul. As Queen way out in front of that one and sent it deep out to left, but in foul territory. This pitch taken on the outside corner for a called strike 2. And it's 0-2 on Cade Queen. Trey Stenderson due up next for the Pioneers. Johnson at third, Schwann at first. The pitch bounces in, but blocked by Greer. And it's 1-2 on Cade Queen. As Glynos Lobach shaking his head. He's trying to get his composure. Queen takes a big step off, and then Glynos Lobach steps off. Didn't balk. One ball, two strikes on Cade Queen. Runners take their lead at the corner. The pitch lifted out toward left field. Brock Johnson tagging on the play. He'll come in to score. A sacrifice fly by Cade Queen. And the Pioneers now lead it 5-1. Queen with his second RBI. And here's Trey Stenderson. He is 1 for 2. He singled in the first inning. Hit a ground out to the pitcher in the second, but got an RBI out of it. As Brock Johnson hustled home to score. Correction, that was Schwann hustled home to score. Schwann now standing at first with one out. They'll check him back there and throw it away. Schwann takes off, and that ball leaves the yard. It'll be an error on the play. And Jet Schwann scoots into second. Not sure how it leaves the yard, but there must be a hole in the fence beyond first base. So now a runner in scoring position with one out. Stenderson still waiting for a pitch. As the first pitch to Trey Stenderson. Bloop back to the screen. Strike one. Aiden Wanaluk due up next for the Pioneers. The 0-1 pitch to Stenderson. Ripped foul as he lines that up the third base side. And it's 0-2 on Trey Stenderson. 5-1 Pioneers. Schwann with his lead at second base. One out. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three as Stenderson is Powell's first strikeout victim. So two away for Aiden Wanaluk. Wanaluk is 0 for 1. Walked in the first inning. Popped up in the second. He steps up with two outs and a runner at second base for the Pioneers. As the pitch hit towards short. Knocked down there on a one-hopper. Hamrick fires it over to first and in time on a 6-3 putout. And that ends the inning.
Pioneers get one in, and it's 5-1 Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. We'll be right back after this. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on MyLocalRadio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Do you want to further your education? Are you thinking of attending college? You can start now here in Evanston. Western Evanston Outreach provides students with a low-cost alternative to leaving town. Western offers a variety of degrees including nursing, BAS, and our brand new cybersecurity. Also offering a variety of certificate programs that can be completed all right here in Evanston. Western Evanston Outreach, we are your local community college.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Aiden Greenwald goes out for inning number 2 of relief as we enter the top of the 5th. It's 5-0 Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. Elon Alf joining you from the Union broadcast booth, and now we send it back over to Scott Mangold.
One run, it was earned. He struck out 3. Just didn't have his curveball. Greenwald, who has a really good curveball, didn't really use it to finish up that 4th inning. Here's Jack Melger. He's struck out against Gibson back in the 3rd. As the first pitch from Greenwald, check swing, it called strike 1. Will Greer standing on deck for the Sheridan Jets. The 0-1 hit toward second. Waddleluck picks that up, fires over to first in time, and a 4-3 putout. And there's one away for Will Greer. Greer is 1 for 2. He singled in the first and ground out in the 3rd inning. There's a discussion now with the infield as they are looking at Queen will sit down on the infield, and here comes Corey Ostemiller out. Ryan Cortez is coming in from left, and I think Queen isn't feeling very good. This broadcast brought to you by Keel Sanitation and by Dr. Jason Hoffman at Division Dental. So Corey Ostemiller will go out and talk with Cade Queen as he didn't look like he was feeling well, and then sat down at short. And Queen still bent over at short. Brock Johnson talking to him, along with Waddleluck. And Queen says, I'm ready to go. Jason Borders talking to the home plate umpire. Queen is definitely a unique personality for the Pioneers, as we've seen throughout the years. We'll see if he's okay. He's going to stay there. Greer steps in, right-handed hitter, as a pitch from Greenwald. Foul back, and that hits the umpire. And that one plunked him. So we'll be delayed there. Our broadcast also brought to you by Powell Lock. If you need a key fob done for your vehicle, call 307-271-7247. They're going to allow the umpire to walk that one off. So nobody's feeling very good on the infield. Queen at short, now the umpire. He has these birds that are flying around his head as he took one to the side of the noggin, it looked like. Got to keep that mass forward. It's 0-1 on Will Greer. Greer still standing at the plate, has only seen one pitch. The 0-1 foul back, and it's 0-2. One out, base is empty here in the top of the fifth inning. Pioneers with a 5-1 lead. Greenwald ahead at 0-2. We'll see if he tries his curveball here. As the 0-2 pitch taken just outside as he tried to get Greer to fish outside. Now the 1-2. There's the curveball, and he spikes it. And it goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Will Greer. The pitch. Missing outside. So Greenwald nibbles after he was up 0-2. Greer works it to a full count. The 3-2 pitch fouled off. And it stays at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes on Will Greer with 1 out. Base is empty. Here in the top of the fifth, lights are coming on as he plants a curveball into the dirt, and it's ball 4. Sort of a weird sequence of pitches from Greenwald after he was up 0-2. Here's Blaine Phillips. Phillips 0 for 2 so far with a strikeout and a ground out.
Up next for Sheridan, right fielder number 16, Blaine Phillips.
As the left-hander steps in with a runner at first and 1 out. As the pitch taken for a called strike 1. Tanner Hamrick standing up in the on-deck circle for the Jets. The 0-1 pitch taken outside, and it goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Blaine Phillips. This pitch way outside as he tried to throw a breaking pitch, falling off the mound. And it's 2-1. Winner this game takes on Casper, the loser against Lovell. The 2-1 fouled off and out of play, and it goes to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Blaine Phillips. Greer takes his lead over at first. He's been thrown out once trying to steal. The 2-2 fouled off at the plate, and it stays at 2-2. As Phillips just got a piece of that inside fastball. The lights are on here at Thorne-Rider in Sheridan, Wyoming. The 2-2 curveball that misses somewhere, and all the Powell fans reminding the umpire where the strike zone is. He'll check the runner, and Greer dives back to the bag. That froze Phillips, too, that curveball. Now the 3-2, way high, ball 4. So Greenwald has walked his last 2 hitters. And Jason Borders is going to head out and have a conference on the hill. This broadcast brought to you by Berg Simpson Law Firm. Good lawyers changing lives. And by Rhinos Rentals, Bobcat of the Bighorn Basin. So Greenwald got a ground out from Melger. He then went 0-2 on Greer, but nibbled to a walk. Then he had Phillips at a 3-2 count, walked him too. So runners at first and second with one out. The Pioneers trying to get a ground ball. And a big hitter, Tanner Hamrick. He singled and scored last time up. Gives Sheridan their only run. As he steps in with runners at first and second. And time is called by Hamrick. Greenwald fires this down low, ball one. Triton Madre due up next for Sheridan. The pitch. That's way high, and it's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes on Hamrick. The pitch. Hit towards center. Stenderson camping. Lines it up. Fires it in, and there's two away. So with runners at first and second and two outs, here comes Madre. He singled last time up, which chased Jacob Gibson. He is 1 for 2 as he comes to the plate with two outs. Runners at first and second for the Jets. Greenwald peers in. The pitch. Bloop toward the right side. Gibson giving a look, but it's out of play. And it's 0-1 on Madre with Ethan Arias due up next. As Greenwald gets another baseball. Shadow is now taken over the entire field here in Sheridan. The 0-1 bounces in, and Schwanee blocks that one. As the count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike on Triton Madre. The 1-1 pitch. Bloop toward right side, racing in. Wurstel, he'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning.
No runs come in for Sheridan despite threatening, and it's 5-1 Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. We'll be right back after this with the bottom of the fifth. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
Water testing, community enhancement grants, seedling trees and wildflowers, classroom lessons and specialty workshops, composting and conservation of water and soil. The Uintah County Conservation District is here to serve Uintah County residents. Visit our website today, uintahcountycd.com.
I buckle up because there's been too many fatalities around our house where somebody would have survived if they'd been wearing their seatbelt.
I definitely wear my seatbelt to keep him safe.
I wear it just for safety.
I buckle up because my mom makes me.
I buckle up to set a good example for my kids and to make sure they stay safe.
Getting home safe to my family.
I buckle up because it keeps me safe. Go Pokes, buckle up!
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Sun's going down in Sheridan, and sun is going down on day one of the 2023 Single A State Tournament, brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming on mylocalradio.com. Bottom of the fifth, and the Pioneers lead by 4. We'll turn it over to Scott Mengold.
Playing YMCA, and the Powell fans are celebrating. Beautiful day here in Sheridan. Hot up here in the press box, but something we're used to. After a wet June, you think back to June and it's, this ain't too bad. Little tiny itty bitty breeze blowing at Thorne-Rider Stadium here in Sheridan. Ryan Cortez leads things off 0 for 1. Walked in that first inning and got an RBI as the first pitch to Cortez taken low and in, ball 1. Dalton Wurstel on deck and Aiden Greenwald due up for the Pioneers. This pitch taken down low, and it's 2-0 on Cortez. The 2-0. Taken on the outside corner for a called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Ryan Cortez. The pitch. Chopper hit toward third and foul. Just to the left of the third base bag. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ryan Cortez. Now the pitch. Chopped to third, knocked down there on a 3-hopper. They'll fire it over to first in time on a 5-3 putout, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's Dalton Wurstel. Wurstel has popped up twice, once to short and once to the pitcher. As he comes to the plate with 1 out, base is empty here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As the first pitch, chopped to third, knocked down there, and that's a fair ball, and Wurstel's going to be safe. That was a tough one, right over the bag, knocked down by Ty Leach, but couldn't make the play. And Wurstel is aboard with a 1-out single for Aiden Greenwald, who singled his last time up. He is 1 for 2.
Number 22, Aiden Greenwald. Pitcher.
As he comes to the plate. First pitch taken inside, ball 1. Jacob Gibson standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 1-0 now to Greenwald. There goes the runner and fouled off. And Wurstel will head back to first base. 1 ball, 1 strike on Aiden Greenwald. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Game scheduled for 7. Greenwald steps back in. Wurstel a short lead at first as the 1-1. Hit toward third, knocked down there. Leach fires it for 1, and they're not going to turn it. It'll be a fielder's choice as Greenwald gets on first, and there's 2 away. And here's Jacob Gibson. Gibson is 1 for 1, singled and scored in the second, walked back in the 3rd inning. As he comes to the plate with 2 outs, runner at first base in Greenwald. as the first pitch taken for a called strike one. Brock Johnson standing on deck for the Pioneers. The 0-1 to Gibby. Hit toward first and foul. As diving for the ball over at first base was Arias. And it's 0-2 on Jacob Gibson. So Glynos Lobach ahead of the hitter at 0-2. With 2 outs, Greenwald takes his lead at first. Now the pitch. Rip foul again as Gibby gets rid of that one. We'll do it again. The pitch. Curveball fouled off as Gibson continues to get rid of baseballs. And the count stays at 0-2 on Gibby. Sheridan does not want to see Brock Johnson coming up to the plate this inning with runners on. It's an important hitter for the Jets. The 0-2. There goes the runner, swung on, hit toward third, knocked down there. They'll fire it over to first, and a great play by Ty Leach to get Gibson on a diving play at third, and that'll end the inning.
What a play by Leach over at the hot corner. It's 5-1 Powell as the Pioneers are held scoreless in the 5th. We're off to the 6th inning. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com. Brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
Red Devil pride runs deep with the team at Callis Automotive. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders. You'll always find quality products at fair prices at Callis Automotive. We're proud to serve our customers, our community, and our Evanston Red Devils. Stop in today. Callis Automotive, your local Napa dealer.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at West Star Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit West Star Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. West Star Printing, 307-789-5202.
Get a degree or certification, earn your high school GED, get job skills, become CPR certified, or use our free 3D printers and tools. These are just a few of the opportunities available at Uinta BOCES number 1. Call 307-789-5742 to learn more.
"5-1 Pioneers" on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. Winner of this game gets Casper in tomorrow's night game. The loser will play at 1 o'clock against the Level Mustangs. We'll turn it back over now to the Hall of Famer, Mr. Scott Mangold.
Pioneer error in the game. That was back in the 2nd inning, and then Juan Luck caught his pop-up, so there he is, 0 for 2. As he steps in, leading off here in the top of the 6th inning. As the pitch from Greenwald, lifted foul and heading deep into foul territory and out of play. Cortez gave it a look and a long run. There's right in left field, there's a big open area. So if you've got a speedy left fielder, you can rob some hits here at Thorne-Rider Stadium. The 0-1 pitch now. That's popped up. Underneath will be Schwann, and he'll make the catch. And there's out number 1. Here's Dominique DeFano. He is 1 for 2. He singled in Sheridan's only run in that 4th inning. as he comes to the plate. 1 for 2 so far in the evening
Up next for Sheridan, second baseman.
here in Sheridan. As the first pitch popped to the right side in foul territory. Gibby going over, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So Greenwald getting a couple pop-ups on the infield, and there's 2 away for Ty Leach. Leach coming off an inning where he made all 3 outs defensively, including a great play on ball hit by Gibson. He steps in with 2 outs. Base is empty here in the top of the 6th inning. Greenwald with the first pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Carter Maslowski due up next for the Jets. The 0-1. Pop foul and out of play, and it's quickly 0-2. Greenwald last inning got ahead 0-2 and nibbled to a walk. See if he bears down here. Ahead 0-2 on Leach. The pitch. He does. This one's floated out to right. Worstel backs up, makes the catch, and a clean inning for Aiden Greenwald. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on.
What a defensive inning for Aiden Greenwald, and the Sheridan Jets down to their final 3 outs, but not before we see what Powell is able to do in the bottom of the 6th. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Powell leads it 5-1 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. Will now take it back to the Hall of Famer, Mr. Scott Mengold.
Now living in Sheridan. See Kenny Jones down there. Also, Ron Laird has made his way from Casper. Watch the Pioneers sitting in the Powell section. Powell leading 5-1 as the Pioneers come to the plate with the top of their order. As Brock Johnson will lead things off, 3 for 3 so far with 2 runs scored. He also has a double. As he steps to the plate again, a pest for the Jets. As the first pitch, curveball comes across for a called strike 1. Jet Schwann on deck, then Cade Queen due up for the Pioneers. The 0-1 curveball caught looking at that, and it's 0-2 on Brock Johnson. So Nicholas Glinos-Lobach starting him off with 2 curveballs for strikes. Now the pitch. Check swing didn't go. They'll appeal. No, he did not. And it's 1-2 on Brock Johnson. The 1-2 pitch bounces in, and it goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brock Johnson. Now the pitch taken up high, and it's 3-2. So Brock hangs around, works the count full at 3-2. The payoff pitch taken down low, ball 4. So the leadoff man aboard for the Pioneers. And again, it's Brock Johnson. And here's Jet Schwan. Schwan is 2 for 2. He has an RBI. He has also scored 2 runs as he steps to the plate with nobody out, a runner at first base. The first pitch taken on the outside corner for a called strike 1. And it's 0-1 on Jet Schwan. Johnson extends his lead at first. There goes the runner, taken down low and no throw as Johnson will steal second. So the Pioneers with a runner in scoring position. And a 1-1 count on Jet Schwan with Cade Queen standing on deck. So they want more signs. They're going to redo the signs as I believe they may have some secondary signs with a runner in scoring or over at second base. 1-1 on Jet Schwan. As the pitch taken on the outside corner for a called strike 2. And it's 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch to Schwan. Nope, they'll check the runner, and Brock Johnson ducks down as the throw comes in right behind him. One ball, 2 strikes on Schwan. Johnson with his lead at second with nobody out. The pitch. Curveball, little bleeder hit to the right-hand side. That'll be underhanded to first, but Brock Johnson advances to third on the play. Schwanee advances him on a 1-3 putout. And here's Cade Queen. Queen is 1 for 2. He had a sacrifice fly last time up, and that situation comes up here with 1 out and a runner at third base. Queen singled in the second inning. He has 2 RBIs. As the pitch, rip foul. As they tried to sneak a fastball by, and Queen way out in front of that. Oh, and 1 on Queen as Johnson takes his lead at third base for the Pioneers. Now the pitch taken down low, and it goes to 1-1. Trey Stenderson due up next for the Pioneers. The 1-1 pitch blooped foul and out of play as Queen goes the other way with that one. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cade Queen. Now the 1-2 pitch fouled off, and it stays at 1-2. The infield playing back for Sheridan, so a ground ball will score Johnson. The 1-2 ground ball to third. They're going to try to get him at home, and they throw it away. What? Brock Johnson will score. Queen heads off to second base on an error. And the Pioneers now lead it 6-1. Don't know why Leach came home with it because Brock Johnson got a great jump. And it would have needed a perfect throw, but it was not. And so Queen ends up at second, and here's Stenerson, who is 1 for 3. Singled in the first, ground out in the second, and struck out in the fourth. Queen takes his lead off second. Now the pitch. Taken outside, ball 1. Aiden Wanaluk due up next. The 1-0 now to Stenerson. Lifted foul and out of play. And the count goes even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Stenerson. The 1-1 pitch. Ripped up the third base, side base hit. Queen will come around to score. Stenerson heading for second with a stand-up double. And the second RBI for Stenerson in the game. And the Pioneers now lead it 7-1. And here's Aiden Wanaluk as he comes to the plate with 1 out. And again, a runner in scoring position. This time in Trey Stenerson. A discussion taking place out on the hill. If the Pioneers can hold on, they'll take on Casper tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Here on KPOW. Looking ahead for Sheridan, they have their 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up in the 7th inning. Wanaluk 0 for 2 so far as he steps to the plate with a runner at second. First pitch hit up toward the middle, bounces off of the mound, goes to second as it'll be a 4-3 put out. Queen advances to third on the play, and here's Ryan Cordes. Cordes 0 for 2 so far. He does have an RBI when he walked in the first inning with the bases loaded. As he steps to the plate looking for his first hit at state baseball. Stenerson standing at third for the Pioneers with 2 outs. The first pitch taken inside, ball 1. Dalton Worstel due up next for the Pioneers. The 1-0. Chopper hit back up toward the middle. Hamrick at short, fires it over to first and in time on a 6-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. But the Pioneers add 2 more in the inning. They do it on 1 hit. There was 1 error and a runner left on as we go to the top of the
7-1 Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. And the Sheridan Jets down to their final 3 outs. We'll be right back after this. You're tuned in to the 2023 Single A State Tournament live on MyLocalRadio.com, presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
Freeway Tire offers a nationwide service protection plan that covers service parts and labor on select systems, keeping your vehicle on the road. Plus, it includes coverage for towing, lockout service, flat tire changing, fuel, oil, and water delivery service, and jump starts. Knowing that your vehicle is covered at over 50,000 dealer locations nationwide provides that peace of mind wherever you are. Get the details. Visit Freeway Tire and ask about the service protection plan. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Western Wyoming Beverages has been proudly owned and operated in Wyoming for over 50 years.
providing reliable service, friendly staff, and the nation's top beverage products, including Pepsi. We always strive to be the premier business partner for our customers. Western Wyoming Beverages services Rock Springs, Green River, Jackson, Evanston, Kemmer, Pinedale, Wamsutter, Big Piney, Mountain View, and Lyman. Go Red Devils!
Sheridan down to their final 3 outs as it's 7-1. Powell on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard. We'll go ahead and take you back to the Hall of Famer, Mr. Scott Mangold.
Leading off for the Sheridan Jets, the top of the 7th, number 12, Camden Burrows.
Trying to get that name off of the PA. Braden Brutlug will step in as the first pitch from Greenwald taken up high. This pitch swung on and missed. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the pitch taken down low. And it goes to 2-1. Now this pitch flared toward the right side. Wurstel camping. He'll make the catch, and there's one away here in the top of the 7th for Jack Melger. Melger 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. As he steps to the plate with 1 out, base is empty here in the top of the 7th inning.
Next for Sheridan, center fielder number 33, Jack Melger.
As the first pitch to Melger is taken for a called strike 1. Will Greer standing on deck. This pitch, curveball, stays way high, and it's 1-1. Greenwald with a 1-1 pitch hit towards short. Queen on a 3-hopper fires it over to first and in time, and a 6-3 putout. There's 2 away for Will Greer. And time is called as we'll have a pitching change. We'll take this 2-minute timeout and come back with more in a moment. This is the Powell Pioneers on KP.
We're going to keep it right here as looks like Coach Jason Borders will be pulling Aiden Greenwald after 42 pitches. So a good showing for him as we wait to see who that final pitcher is going to be. Up by 6, 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Sheridan down to their final out. If this score does hold, Powell will play Casper tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air around 6:45. And then Sheridan will play Lovell at 1 o'clock. We'll be on the air at about 12:45 for that one. Other games that we'll have, well, we'll have every single game of the Single A state tournament. Kick it off at 9:45 a.m. tomorrow with Green River and Torrington in an elimination game. Then at 12:45, it'll be Lovell versus the loser of this one. Then at 3:45 p.m., Cody versus Douglas. And 7 o'clock, it'll be Casper versus the winner of this one. That one starting at 6:45. Ethan Welch, your new pitcher for the Powell Pioneers, as we prepare to turn it back over to Scott Mangold of the Powell Pioneers, as he is currently on break. We're keeping right here as Ethan Welch begins his warm-up, his journey to get 1/3 of an inning. As Greenwald will just come out and have an early rest. Here's Scott Mangold.
Called upon to get the last out of the game. Greenwald got into a pitch count situation to save him up for further in the tournament. So Welch will step up with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. He'll face off against Will Greer. Greer is 1 for 2. He singled in the first, ground out in the 3rd, and walked in the 5th inning. As Welch takes over on the hill, just trying to get 1 out. Powell leading 7-1. As Welch, right-handed pitcher for the Pioneers. It's the first pitch taken inside, ball 1. Blaine Phillips on deck just in case for the Jets. The 1-0 pitch taken outside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Will Greer. The 2-0 from Welch, taken down the middle for a called strike 1. And it goes to 2-1. Now the 2-1. Chopper hit toward third, but foul. And Sheridan's down to their final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Will Greer. Just mostly fastballs from Welch so far. Greer finally steps back in. Now the 2-2 pitch. Curveball way high. And it's 3-2. So a payoff pitch for Ethan Welch. The 3-2 inside, ball 4. That hits him. It'll be a hit batter. The first one for Pioneer pitching today. And that'll bring up Blaine Phillips. Phillips 0 for 2 so far. He walked his last time up. As he steps up with the runner at first base and 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. As the first pitch taken for a called strike 1. Tanner Hamrick due up next. There goes that green ball that keeps interrupting play. And they keep giving it back to him. That's the funny part. It's been on the field 3 times. A little green wiffle ball. The 0-1 fouled off and out of play, and once again Sheridan's down to their final strike. 0-2 on Blaine Phillips. Now the pitch taken just outside. And it's 1-2. Welch still ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greer a tiny lead at first with 2 outs. This pitch flared foul again. And it stays at 1-2. Welch checks the runner at first. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball way high and outside, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Blaine Phillips. The 2-2. Taken for a called strike 3 as Welch gets the strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left as the Powell Pioneers win their first game at state 7-1.
Pioneers set up a date with the Casper Drillers tomorrow at 7 p.m. and the Sheridan Jets will play the Level Mustangs tomorrow at 1 p.m. as we move into our post-game show. Brought to you by, or actually we don't have a post-game show sponsor, but we do have our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's in Evanston, Rock Springs, Gillette, and right here in Sheridan. Wow, well, what a showing for Powell. 1 in the bottom of the first, 3 in the bottom of the second. They each get 1 in the fourth and then 2 in the bottom of the sixth to win this one 7-1, 10 hits to 6 hits in favor of Powell. 3 Sheridan errors, clean baseball by the Powell Pioneers. Sheridan led at the plate by Greer. He's 1 for 2. 1 for 3 is Hamrick. Madry, 1 for 3. Arias, 1 for 3. DeStefano, 1 for 3. Leach, 1 for 3. Those are your 6 hitters. Lamb will take the loss. 1 in the third innings pitch, 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Gleanos Lobach in relief, 4 2/3 innings pitch, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Brock Johnson has pretty much a perfect day. 3 hits, 3 at-bats, 3 runs scored, a walk, no strikeouts. Great job by him. Gibson gets the win. 3 innings pitch, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 3 strikeouts. Greenwald in relief goes 3 2/3, 1 hit, 2 walks, and Welch gets the final out via the strikeout. That is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston, also in Sheridan, Gillette, and Rock Springs. On to our Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play of the Game. And how about precision pitching by Ethan Welch? He needed to get 1 out. He gets it via the strikeout. And he gets our Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play of the Game. Brought to you by Dr. McKay Franklin in Evanston, 307-79-8910 for your appointment today. Precision dentistry for the whole family. On to the Pepsi Player of the Game, brought to you by Western Wyoming Beverages. Pepsi, that's what I like. And what do we like? Well, we like a leadoff man who gets it done. Brock Johnson goes 3 for 3, 3 runs scored. So perfect day for Brock Johnson. He gets our Player of the Game, brought to you by Western Wyoming Beverages, Pepsi Player of the Game. Now with Scott Mangold, we have manager of the Powell Pioneers, Mr. Jason Borders, to hear him after the win.
Borders joins us. And, Coach, first game at state, get the jitters out of the way. The first game at state. What kind of grade would you give the Pioneers today?
I thought we played good. I mean, you said it, I think, right with the jitters. It was under the lights, loud fans. We had a lot of fans tonight. Appreciate that. But, we did what we do. We tried to win each inning. Pitchers pitched.
And I've noticed, of course, you're on an artificial mound. Kids love to kick around the mound and such, but the curveball wasn't first working for Gibby, and then it wasn't working for Greenwald after that.
And then it didn't work for Ethan.
Yeah. So is it something that you just got to get used to? Because they depend on that secondary pitch.
I don't even think that was it. We weren't good in the bullpens. When we sent them to the bullpens, they weren't good down there. It just was one of those nights where I guess nobody could throw a curveball. I don't know.
As far as your hitting, top of the order did the damage. Of course, you got Brock Johnson as he ends up scoring 3 of your 7 runs. He's just a pest against another team.
He is, and he's such a good base runner. We get him on, and he just causes havoc out there. But I thought our bottom of our order did pretty good. They turned it over to the top, and that's what it takes. It takes that bottom of the order, turning it over to get to those guys. But, Gibson and Greenwald down in the 8-9 hole, I thought did a good job tonight too.
Yeah, and setting the stage for those. And, of course, you get your big sticks. You get Cade Queen with a couple RBIs, Trey Stennerson with 2 RBIs. That's what their job is.
That is. You know, we set the table for those big guys, and, you know, we didn't have any big long balls tonight, but it'll come. You know, I feel they're coming. They've been doing it all year, so it'll happen, you know.
They were getting around on the ball.
Yeah. I was in danger zone over there.
You were over there. You were dodging a lot of balls over there. Sort of concerned for a while there with Cade Queen. Is it injury you want to talk about, or?
No. I think he just, you know, I don't. Did you see what happened?
Huh.
So they were throwing it around the horn, and that sun is terrible. And I just saw him throw his mitt up by his face because he didn't know where the ball was, and it hit him
in a
where
bad
you don't want to get hit. Yeah.
I was saying that, you know, it's Cade Queen. He has his own personality out there.
He does, but it wasn't his fault.
Not his fault.
He didn't see it come. I mean, he saw it coming, but he didn't know where it was, and he just covered his face.
Yeah,
probably should have.
Yeah, you got to cover one area. You got to make your choice which one you got to cover. Now you get ready for. I know you were looking at pitch counts. Greenwald hit his. Gibby hit his. You still have them available for the tournament.
Yeah, everything worked out the way we had it planned. So they both went 45, so they'll have the day off tomorrow, and we'll have them back for whenever through the rest of the tournament.
You have, of course, still some pretty good pitching just around the corner. A lot of people wondering, conference pitcher of the year, Brock Johnson. Do you pull the gun and have him pitch against Casper right away?
I don't think so.
Save him up.
Yep.
Don't want to save him too long. We've seen tournaments like that before.
We won't, but, I mean, we still got a lot of arms that can get us a long ways. I mean, it was a one-run game. I mean, if that's what we did at districts, we gave up 1 run every game.
Mm-hmm.
We put up 7. You know, that's kind of what they've been doing. And like I said, I've said it all year long. It's our strength. I trust all of them. I'll go to any one of them. And, we'll see who throws tomorrow. But it more than likely won't be Brock unless he throws 30 and closes or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be the only way.
It's easy to manage when your team has only given up 3 runs in the entire postseason.
That's true. This group is so special, and it's just easy to coach. I mean, we don't really have to coach them that much. I mean, they go to the cages, they work on their own. You know, that's just how they like it. That's how we've been doing it. You know, they take care of business. They're just I can't say enough about my team. I mean, they're well seasoned and they're ready to go. They're focused.
You have a Casper team tomorrow. What kind of team is Casper?
I didn't get a good feel for them. They played a 2-1 game with Lovell. We watched it, but I don't know if that's the same team we'll see tomorrow. I think, you know, I don't know. We didn't. That's the only team here at the state tournament we didn't see this year or play.
Yep.
You know, and I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, Coach, good job by the Pioneers winning your first game at state. I'll see you at 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Perfect. Thanks, Scott.
That's
Appreciate
Jason
it.
Borders as the Powell Pioneers stop.
Again, your final score, it is Powell 7, Sheridan 1, and that's going to do it for our broadcast of day number 1, game number 4. For our schedule tomorrow, it's going to be 9:45 a.m. Green River versus Torrington in an elimination game. Then at 12:45, we'll have our second elimination game between the, of course, Level Mustangs and the Sheridan Jets. 4 o'clock p.m., 3:45 p.m. for us. It will be a semifinal, winner's bracket semifinal, I guess you can say, between the Cody Cubs and the Douglas Cats. And then, of course, we'll have the nightcap, 6:45 p.m., Powell versus Casper. Should be a lot of fun. Big thank you to Scott Mangold for saving my voice and doing the play-by-play on this one. And we will see you guys bright and early. Thank you guys so much, and take care.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.